So you can also interpret the odds as the terms of a bet. So I'll write it here. So the odds are like this. And we could interpret it like that. So I could say, I bet the passenger does survive. And the terms of a bet are, well, if I'm right, then you'll give me $3. If I'm wrong, I'll give you 2. Okay, so we could think about it as this kind of bet. Now, those in particular would be fair odds if this is the true probability. So those would be the fair odds. So if the probability is actually 0.4 for survive equals 1, why do we say that those are fair odds? Because if I take this bet, and I bet on survived, but I say, well, but if I'm wrong, I'll just pay you 2, but I'll get 3 if I'm right. So I expect that 0.4% of the time, so 40% of the time, I expect to be correct and get 3. 0.6% of the time, I expect to be, so not 0.6%, 60% of the time, I expect to be wrong. And I expect to give you 2, so I expect to lose $2. Okay, so 40% of the time, I'll gain $3. And 60% of the time, I'll lose $2. So at the end, this is 0.12, this is 0.12. So on average, I'll neither win nor lose if I kind of repeatedly take the same bet. Now, the way the reason this works out like that this is 0.12 and this is 0.12 is that this is the P, and then so here it's 3. So the 3, if you remember, is 0.6 times 5, right? So what they did is they multiplied each of those by 5. So I'm saying 5 times and then the 3 is 0.6, so that's 1 minus P. So this, on the other hand, is 1 minus P. And then this is minus 2, so this is minus, the 2 is 0.4 times 5, so this is 5 times P. So no wonder that this is minus this, because we have P times 1 minus P here, and we have P times 1 minus P here. So if the odds are P to 1 minus P, or like 5 times P times 5 to 1 minus P, then on average you expect to neither win nor lose if you take those odds in a bet. Now, in practice, like if you bet like actual money, and this is kind of the notation that people use, of course the bookmaker is going to try to give you slightly worse odds than fair, and to the people who are betting against the thing you're betting on, they're also going to give slightly better odds, but worse odds, but in the other direction, so that the bookmaker also makes some money.